A lot of you have been asking, how much does a divorce cost? Well, in this video, we look at the cost of divorce. Now, many people jump into a divorce without any real idea of what their divorce cost is, what it's actually going to cost them. In this video, we're going to line up a bunch of questions for you to ask yourself. And after asking them, you'll know a lot more what the cost to you is going to be when getting a divorce. And it should be a real eye-opener for you. And if you stick around to the end, we'll show you what percentages of divorced parents with kids end up in poverty and how you can work to ensure you're not part of that statistic. Hi, my name is John McKenzie and welcome to Kingdom Principles. On this channel, we'll be discussing all things regarding marriage separation. Whether you're just going into it, already separated and trying to save your marriage, or just finalizing your divorce, this channel is for you. Your source of info on surviving your marriage separation. And if you like or find this video helpful, please click on the like and subscribe button. And click on the notification bell to be notified of future videos when they come out. Now for the disclaimer. The information provided in this video is for informational purposes only and not meant to take the place of proper legal counsel or financial or accounting advice. Now, any legal questions should be directed towards a lawyer, preferably one in the area where you live. And for any of the financial or accounting questions, please direct them to certified professionals as well. For many of you, you'll have already gathered some of this information that you can use to answer these questions if you've already watched our video on finances and splitting assets during a marriage separation or divorce. And if you haven't watched it already, you'll be able to find the video in a link above or at the end of the video. But we'll give you a general list here of what info you need to accumulate. Now, this is just a generalized formula. A lot of the possibilities on how individual sections of this list will affect you are determined by what country, state, province, or territory you live in, and whether the courts go by common law or community property in regards to divorce. Now, you'll need to contact your local government office or courthouse to find out which one they are. Now, quickly pause this video and grab a sheet of paper and a pen. I'll wait. Okay, let's get started. Now, there's 17 subjects. Write down each one and leave a spot beside it for the answer. Now, after, you'll need to track down the information for each of those subjects. Let's start with number 1. Value of your home and your property. Number 2. Value of the contents of your home. Number 3. What do you have in your bank account? Number 4. What do you have in your personal savings account? Number 5. What do you have in your safety deposit box? Number 6. Your retirement and your pension. Number 7. Your investment portfolio. Number 8. Any 401ks. Number 9. Any securities. Number 10. Any stocks and bonds. Number 11. Any offshore investments. Number 12. Any royalties. Number 13. Any and all vehicles. Number 14. Any vacation home or rental properties. Number 15. Any recreational vehicles. And number 16. The value of your business, if you have one. And the last, this is other, anything else you find. Now leave a space for the total value. This is the general list of assets you may have. Now you may have more or you may have less, but you need to remember to include all your assets. Step 2. Now this will be the painful part. Divide the value of this asset in half. Step number 3. Now from your half, minus all your accumulated debts from it. Yours, not your spouse's. Step 4. Now minus the cost for selling or splitting your property, or any alimony or child support, as well as any counseling costs for yourself or your kids. Step 5. Now deduct all costs for your part of the divorce, your lawyer's fees, court costs, etc. Now, this is where a large part of the cost can be controlled by you and how you deal with your spouse. The more you can put your differences aside and work with your spouse on mutually agreeable solutions, the cheaper it can be. But the more you fight and are unable to come to mutually agreeable solutions, the more it's going to cost, whether it's having to use mediation or going through the courts with your lawyers. And because with the average cost of a divorce being around $15,000 for a contested divorce, the financial savings can be great the more you can work out between you and your spouse. Now, step number 6. This isn't going to be all the costs. There's always going to be unexpected costs, moving costs, new home setup costs, and a lot other ones like medical insurance, vehicle insurance, home insurance, phone plans, internet, etc. Now you have an idea of the difference between the total and what you have left. Now, this is just a general ballpark of what this divorce is going to cost you financially. Now, this is probably a big shock. And this doesn't even go into the emotional cost to you or your family, and especially if you have kids. So why did I have you do this? It's to start preparing you mentally for a massive change in your life and finances, because your financial circumstances are going to probably change radically. And the sooner you realize this, the sooner you can start making smarter financial decisions. And not just for you, but for your kids as well. This is what we call the slap of reality. So the sooner you both start working together, the more money you'll save and the cheaper it will be in the long run. And the better off you'll both be. But if that's not incentive enough, think about your kids and what type of life you want to give them. Any parent I've met has always wanted their kids to be better off than they were when they were growing up. And this isn't just financially, it's also relationship-wise. A lot of you want your kids to have a better relationship with you than you had with your parents. So setting a mutually agreeable solution to the situation you both find yourself in starts with intent and follow through. Start with the intent of putting the kids first. They are the victims in this situation. Try to put them and their well-being first in all your decisions. And especially be intentional about both spouses having or being able to schedule equal time with the kids. And work with your spouse to ensure that your kids feel loved no matter what's happening. And the more you and your spouse can communicate and work together peacefully and supportively through all this, the easier it'll be on your kids. And as a bonus, with some couples, when they start employing better communication, whether it be around finances, children, or anything else, it can actually be an encouragement to start working on a marriage restoration. The better the communication, the better the relationship. Now for our promise from the beginning part of the video, something else to think about. In a report on divorce statistics from Wilkinson's and Finkbender, almost 50% of parents with children that are going through a divorce move into poverty after the divorce. Yeah, you heard that right. So maybe you want to use this as one of your reasons, maybe even a main reason for getting your financial house in order and your budget figured out. And even your marriage separation agreement figured out so that you know where you're financially sitting ahead of time before the divorce papers are signed. Don't go into this haphazardly. Any mistakes could cause financial problems or hardships for years to come. And if you haven't watched our video on marriage separation agreements and what you need to get for them, be sure to click on the link at the end of the video. So if you found this info helpful, please like and subscribe, and ring the notification bell to be notified when we upload our next videos. Oh, and don't forget to click on the link in the description to get our free report on the 7 things not to do when going through a marriage separation. Our subscribe button is up here in the corner, and please check out our videos.